How we doing, Meteorologist Steve Fundaro here, hanging in the Wavy Plus studio here. Want to give you a quick forecast update moving into the weekend because we are beginning this thawing process. It's going to take some time to get the snow off the ground. But what's been really impressive, the shape of our roads here. They've been looking really good here. The sun today really has helped us out, and that's something we're going to look forward to for our weekend here. We have a lot more sunshine in the forecast for not just the rest of our Friday, but coming up for the first half of the day Saturday, coming up for Sunday. And temperatures are only going in one direction, the general trend, and that is up. So we are climbing, slowly climbing this weekend and then boosting to maybe some more spring-like weather coming up next week. And that's going to feel pretty good and really help our roads out here. The sun today has been very helpful, melting out the secondary streets, our neighborhood roads, helping melt away some of that leftover ice and snow that was sticking around yesterday. Also was chatting with my wife last night, and we were just really impressed with how our roads have been, how the road conditions shaped up, how well they've been, the interstates, the main roads, the secondary roads. What really impressed us most is that roads were better after dealing with 8 to 9 to 10 inches of snow, maybe a foot of snow in a couple spots. Roads were better than the times we get 1 or 2 or 3 inches, and that kind of had us wondering, like, how is that even possible if we were, dealing with this much snow, the most snow we've seen in almost 10 years. And I think that really has due in part to the fact that we were the bullseye in terms of this snowstorm. We were really the only place in the Commonwealth that dealt with a significant amount of snow. Look at it on the satellite picture. This is from the GO satellite, and you can see the little zone of white blanketed across the eastern part of Virginia, Hampton Roads, northeastern North Carolina. So with no significant snow elsewhere in the Commonwealth, we heard it, the governor say this VDOT just sent all of their crews here to Hampton Roads because this is where the worst of the snow was going to be. So it's kind of like the cavalry came in and all of the resources came in here to really help clear up the roads, the interstates, the main roads, the secondary roads. So they've been looking really good. And we don't have any big issues on those main roads for this. So looking good across the interstates for the rest of the day tonight. Looking forward. The main roads, the secondary roads, looking great. So you'll be able to get out and the store, get some stuff going. If you've got some plans this weekend, you'll be able to get out. Now, the neighborhood roads are going to remain icy and slick. Those are the roads that didn't get any treatment. Those are the roads that were plowed, so snow piled up there. But I've also noticed, that was the second part of our conversation with my wife, we also noticed that neighborhood roads are actually doing a little bit better than the times we got 1, 2, to 3 inches of snow. So how is even that possible? If we got 8, 9, 10 inches, and the neighborhood streets are doing a little bit better a couple days after the snow event than the times we saw 1 to 2 inches of snow. This is Portsmouth right now. We're looking down towards High Street, and you can see cars moving. These are the kind of the neighborhood roads, some of those smaller secondary streets, and they're doing fine. And that was also impressive as well. And I think that has more to do with the temperatures and the weather compared to any treatment. This part, I think, this has to do with the temperatures we had in the month of February throughout the month. Yes, it was cold for the days leading into the snow event, at least cold enough to get us the snow. But look at last week, 40s, 50s, spots near 60. The week prior, 40s, 50s, 60s, a few days in the 70s. So temperatures were a little bit more sporadic over the past 2 to 2.5 weeks. So the surface of our asphalt and sidewalks, the surface was cold enough to get snow to stick and to accumulate. But farther down, temperatures of the ground, it maybe held a little bit more of the warmth. So I think, it was easier for the snow to melt and the ice to melt on our neighborhood streets than those times last month. If you remember last month in January, we had that snow event on the 21st and 22nd. We had 2 to 3 to 3.5 inches of snow. That's nothing compared to the snow we just picked up. But that last snow event, I remember dealing with my neighborhood had more ice and snow on it for a couple days after the snow event compared to this event. And that may have been due to the fact that January's temperatures were way lower for way longer. We had a couple days where highs were only in the 20s. We had a week where we were pretty much in the 30s to near 40 degrees. We had a week prior to that where we were pretty much in the 30s all week. So I think the cold longer during the month of January really prevented a quick melt after January's snow. Whereas this time around, we've had such sporadic temperatures in the month of February that, yeah, it was cold enough at the surface to get that accumulation with heavy snowfall rates, heavy snowfall amounts, like coming down quickly. But down underneath, the asphalt held a little bit more of that warmth, so it was a kind of a quicker melt. So that's really helping us out moving forward. Just something that we kind of looked at. We're like, yeah, this is kind of impressive, and we'll be able to enjoy our weekend here with no big time worries. Of course, tonight it's going to be cold. I mean, we do have a slow thawing process. It's going to take some time here. We've got 20s coming up later on tonight. Wind chills a little factor here for the next couple of hours, but we're covered in snow. It's cold. Bundle up. Stories of sunshine that has really helped us out here. Tonight, we do expect temperatures to be in the teens and a few spots in the low 20s. So anything that has melted today, which is a lot of stuff on our roads, but hasn't dried in the afternoon sun, is going to refreeze. But I only expect that to be in our neighborhoods, and then, closer to the curb or closer to the snowbanks where the plows push the snow off of. Some of that melting is just kind of running off in the streets. Just notice that on any turns you take or any corners you take early tomorrow morning. But I don't expect any significant additional issues on our roads tomorrow, even with a little refreeze here tonight. Going to be in the teens across the south side, near 20 degrees, and we're going to be in the teens all across the peninsulas and the eastern shore. So another cold night. Make sure you're bundling up if you're headed out early tomorrow morning. It is going to be a cold morning. First half of the day, going to feel chilly. Tomorrow, we will rebound our temperatures, though. We're going to get them closer to 40. And then look at Sunday. It's going to be cold tomorrow night, but look at Sunday. We're going to have temperatures in the 40s, close to 50 degrees. I will add that tomorrow afternoon on our Saturday, we will have afternoon clouds. So it's going to be bright for the first half of the day. We're going to have some of that sunshine to help us melt stuff away. Then we have clouds moving back in Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, we're in the 20s to near freezing. And then Sunday's temperatures, mid-40s, upper 40s, close to 50 in a couple spots. And we're setting up this area high pressure, which is going to be a real big dry pattern. This is really going to help us out moving forward, too. No big rain to worry about. No big storm systems to worry about coming in here. We just have dry weather and temperatures climbing. A lot of sunshine, too, for the first half of next week. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s, close to 60 degrees by Monday and Tuesday, looking great here. So by the time Sunday rolls around, we're going to have a serious case of the Sunday scaries because there's no reason we're not going to be able to get out to work on Monday because the roads will be cleared by the end of the weekend, and we'll be looking forward to finally some more comfortable weather as we thaw out after this big-time snow. We'll have more on your forecast later on Wave News 10 at 4 o'clock. Make sure you're tuning in then. We'll see you then.